One of the fastest way to go broke is to buy an $80,000 car that is now worth $60,000, paying $1,400 at 12% interest rate, scrambling around to trying to get an exit strategy. It's a sad setup, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video. Watch the full video. I just want to dive right in. Let's do it.
He owes how much?
$79,205.99.
And what is it?
It is a 2025 Ram 3500 Bighorn with 14,000 miles on it.
That sounds like a lot to owe on this stuff.
Yes.
What did KBB hit it at?
$58,101.
Oh, man. I think KBB's light, but just off the top of my head, without looking at the numbers, we're talking 20 grand of negative equity. So what's he trying to accomplish?
He wants to lower his payment. The only issue with that, he has no money down. His current payment is $1,472.
How much?
$1,472.
When I first got in the car business, it was a million years ago, but a $400 car payment was a big payment.
And his interest rate is a 12.04%.
So he's in a tough spot. Obviously, with that interest rate, he's not paying down the principal very much, and he's got a boatload of negative. The problem is, we see this a lot, right? Somebody wants to lower their payment, but when you take negative equity, the really only surefire way to get rid of a bunch of negative equity is to look at a more expensive car, because the more expensive car could absorb the negative equity. Even a $50,000 truck and try and roll 20 grand into it, the bank's going to go, I'm not going to loan 70 grand on a 50 grand truck. That's always the inherent problem, and we see that a lot. We can run some numbers, but you're going to need a massive amount down.
When I was on the phone with him, he doesn't want to run credit at all.
I'm fine with that.
Which, of course, he said he wants to see what we can do on the trade, if we can do a better number than 58. I told him off the bat, we're going to have to pitch on a higher vehicle, and 9 times out of 10, it'll soak up that negative equity, but your payment's going to be higher.
Hey, you told him that?
Yes, sir.
Good job. You do listen to my meetings. Somebody listens. At this point, it's all going to come down to cash down. So if he has no money down, my advice to him, as much as he's going to hate this advice, keep that truck. You got to pay on it for a while. Now, he's got a big payment, but any little bit that he can to pay a little extra is going to make a world of difference. Just tell him, without running credit and getting into the minutia, there's no need to do that right now, but just looking at the numbers, the only way we're going to be able to get him out of that loan is a big chunk down. And if he doesn't have that, then my advice to him is keep that truck, make the payments on time, don't do anything crazy on it. It's like chopping down a tree. Just swing that axe at it every single month. And it's going to take a while.
Yes, sir.
It's hard when people don't want to do the right thing because it's the hardest thing to do. The most common sense thing is to just keep the car. But before that though, like where was our brain activity at the end of the day? Like $1,400. Like this is where monthly payments thinking gets people in trouble. Like $1,400. I'm paying $1,600 for a townhouse. Some people are paying less than that for a mortgage. I get you want to escape. It's sad, but this is the reason why we say think before you do and always do math before emotions. And naturally, I know you want a lower number, but the problem isn't the payment. I think like you're already 20,000 underwater. Even if you refinance, you stretch the loan out even more, you get into a more expensive car like the option they're giving you. Like none of those is going to get rid of the negative equity. You still are in charge for that 20K. This is one of the reasons why people stay broke. They try to solve the monthly payment instead of solving the financial payment.
I pay $1,040 a month to drive this car.
For a Kia?
Yes, that's right. I pay $1,040 a month for this car. And I bet you all want to know how I got here. So 4 years ago, I bought a 2017 Ford Explorer from one of those buy here, pay here dealership. I love the thing, but it ended up getting some mechanical issues with it. The AC went out, it had a coolant leak, and the water pump went out on it. It was going to be about $5,000 to get that fixed. So instead of fixing it, I went and made the worst financial decision I've ever made and ever will make.
Got more expensive.
I traded it in for my 2022 Kia K5 GT line. Now get this, I had negative equity on the 2017 Ford Explorer. So trading it in meant that I had to put down a down payment of, yes,
$5,000.
$5,000. So I trade the car in, I give them my $5,000, and I sign.
I'm confused. Right? Yo, pause. Brother, you had $5,000 to fix the car. You had $5,000 to get rid of the problem with the... I don't know why we're justifying $5,000 to fix the problem to keep this car is always way cheaper than to find an excuse to use that $5,000 problem to get into a more expensive car. This is a conundrum. No judgment. I'm just saying, like, it just requires at least some level of brain activity. Yo, bro, you could have just fixed the whip. You could have just fixed. Let me stop. I don't know why I'm this emotionally attached.
There on the dotted line, right above it, 23.5% interest rate. My payment, $1,040 per month. I have made 36 payments. That is $37,440 that I have paid into this car. The principal balance when I started this was $37,880. Today, the principal payment is $28,275. Now here's what makes it absolutely horrible. Kelley Blue Book has my car appraised at $13,200. Meaning if someone were to give me top dollar for this car, I am still $15,000 upside down on it 3 years later. I'm not sharing this because I'm proud of it. I'm sharing this because I know I'm not the only person in this world that has made a horrible financial decision. Instead of hiding from it, I'm documenting my journey to get out of this loan. Every spark delivery, every extra dollar, every extra payment, I want to show you all that it is possible. And please tell me in the comments, what's your worst financial decision you've ever made?
Europe definitely has left the chat. Europe doesn't deal with these problems. Damn, bro. You're paying double for the car. And on top of that, you're 23% interest rate. You signed your life away. Now you have to do Spark. You have to do all these gig work. Yeah, we're cooked. It seems like a sweet guy. But banks do love suckers. Get it? Because it's sweet. That's a dad joke. What am I doing? Stop. I'm intrigued to know what people are thinking, bro, because I know this is crazy. If you have gap, total it. Okay. Kia pull gap equals paid off. If you were going to have to spend $5,000 to fix it, or $5,000 for a new car, why not just fix the car you already had before? I swear to God, that's the same thing I said. Common sense. It's a clear, common solution. You had the money. It would make sense if you didn't have the money. Hell, I would even go into credit card debt to pay for this. And I'm against that. But this 23% interest rate and you're paying double for a Kia at 23% interest rate, I'd rather go into 5K credit card debt because I promise you it's way, way, way better than that 23%. Oh my God. And oh, wow. That interest is criminal. My worst financial decision was college. People keep telling him to smash this car, y'all. Like, these dealerships are disgusting and predatory and extreme. They want to be the banks. Selling a car is a side issue for them. It's a side issue for them. Side hustle? Side issue? Okay. Take it to a really bad city and park it. Maybe somebody will steal it. And LOL, remember, never do this shit again. This was sad. And this gave me a headache.
The woman comes on the internet to say that she's basically house poor. Literally, she said she's house poor. She said she's got this big house and she's, things aren't as great as what it seems. Basically trying to tell us not to judge a book by its cover. But if you go back into her history, you'll see that it's not just the book. It's that she was the narrator who was telling us the story. And she essentially is saying in her post how she doesn't need a man because she got the house. She got all this square footage. She got the room. She got everything taken care of.
Miss Independent. I like it. You know what I mean? The thing with that is, though, right, is that, like, life is going to really humble you. It's going to test you. You know what I'm saying? No man has ever said, I don't need a woman. Ever.
So, she got it like that. Why would she want to introduce a man unless he's going to come in and he's going to take over all of the expenses of this house?
What? So help me explain, right? You said you don't need a man, but unless he comes into your life and financially changes everything for you, basically, and he takes over all the bills and all the responsibilities. That is a conundrum. That is mental manipulation. On top of that, that's a cognitive dissonance. Those two things are conflicting with each other. Are you confused, madam? I get it. This economy is going to really test you. This economy is testing folks. Swear to God. And if you're this ignorant, you really, really are going to be in for a storm because the character is starting to show. Let's keep going.
So first it's, I got it all by myself and I don't need you. Then it's, if you're going to be here, then you got to take all of this off of my back and all of my decisions and all of what comes with my decisions off my back because I don't want to work. Exactly. She literally said she only wants him in there if he's going to make it so that he takes everything off her back and she doesn't have to work. I'm trying to understand where y'all think that these fairy tale fictitious men, these characters are coming from. Like, do you understand that you're making up these people in your mind? Do you understand that these people don't actually exist? Because what type of fool would a man have to be to decide that he's going to come in and bypass, by the way, all the other women out here who don't have the same entitlement and bad attitude that you have. And he's going to decide to take care of you and your kid. And he's going to decide to take all of the responsibility of the house that you bought onto his shoulders so that you can live without any concern for the decisions you've made, and you can save your money and he can spend it all on you. None of that makes any sense. Like, if you were a dude, if you had a son who told you that this situation was what he was looking to walk into, you'd probably pop him upside the head and tell him he's an idiot. So why would you think that this is even a possibility for you?
That person, bro, like, I'll say this is a headache, and this person needs a mental evaluation, because you want a traditional man and you don't want to offer no solutions for him. This is the reason why the dating scene is a joke. Like people don't want partners no more. They don't want partners. They just want a lick. They want somebody that they can finesse. A simp. Please don't be with this person. Please don't. Because at the end of the day, I promise you, you're going to be living in a world of headache and a lot of years cut from your life that you could have enjoyed single or by yourself.
I make good money, but I don't have money. Does that make sense? I'm at the gas pump right now, and I never look at the cost of gas, but I know that I can't always afford a full tank of gas. My wife and I both have cars, but when the check engine light comes on, it might need to wait a week or two to get the oil changed. If a bill comes in the mail, I cannot pay the full amount, but I can probably set up a payment plan so that it never goes to collections. I'm no longer poor. I make enough money that I am no longer feeling poor. We're never hungry, but it's like I'm just another level of broke. I'm at a convenient level of broke. Does anybody else have this problem?
The thing is, you're not broke, like you said, but you are in survival mode. For a check engine light to come in and you have to wait a week for your oil change means that the car and everything else that is associated with that is going to be more expensive, right? Like, every financial mistake begins as a story you tell yourself. You know what I mean? If you make good money, there's no way you should be living like that. Your habit has to change. Your mindset has to change. Your value metric has to change. You need to literally go from a cocoon to a butterfly. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be tough. But everything that we've learned in today's videos were mistakes that a lot of people are making. That is not only expensive, but is very detrimental to your health as well. Because you're going to keep working while your money doesn't grow, but your age just gets older and your life becomes a little bit more frail. Like, it's sad, bro. A lot of you guys are just doing things for identity. Like a car, a house, being house poor, a car, not being negative equity. You know, it's a bad time. And it's only going to get worse, like I always say, but you have to do the right things, and you have to kill ego. You have to kill pride. And the ego, right, prefers a very expensive mistake over a cheap admission of failure. Like, it's okay to tell yourself, I'm a failure and I've made bad decisions, and I swear to God, I'm a failure. So then now you can start taking more punches to the chin and be like, you know what? Let's lock in. Let's get this out the way. But it requires sacrifice. It requires a lot of, determination to not live the life you're living right now. Like, you have to get tired of getting tired. I don't want to keep the video for too long. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hype the videos. That helps the channel. And it's going to push the channel as well. These things are very boring, but they help the channel tremendously. Appreciate you guys. Be good, do good. Peace.